Hey everybody, Carl Bishop here. This is episode 1 of the Bishop Group Coaching Library. Um, Wanted to put something out there of value for everybody. Um, I wanted to start doing some video and kind of communicating things that I think could help other people be better realtors, better business people, and thought what better way than to record some video doing it. Um, because this is the first episode and because I want to give you a little bit of background as to why I think I'm qualified to give any advice or coaching for anything in regard to real estate or business for that matter. Um, 36 years old. Got my real estate license back when I was 26 years old. Um, 25. Back in 2006. I've had my license for about 11 years. It's interesting. First 3 years, I didn't really do much of anything. I just kind of hung out and did whatever I thought realtors did, which was uh, nothing, basically. I sat around and twiddled my fingers and worked other jobs, and I was waiting tables mostly. Um, got with Remax in 2009. Everything changed for me. I think it's a great company because it really puts pressure on you. It's good pressure. It's a pressure to close. People don't realize it in most cases, but to be a Remax agent, you have to be able to close. You can't really be an unproductive Remax agent and stay with the company for very long. It just doesn't work out. It's just too expensive of a company to be at and not be productive. And I got with Remax in 2009. My life changed. I had some great mentorship, some great friends, and some great brokers that got involved and helped me in my career. Um, so about my fourth year in the business, I started to make around six-figure income. About my fifth year in the business, I got offered an opportunity to purchase my brokerage, and I did that. It was an interesting journey. It was right during the middle of the recession back around 2010. The market was hadn't quite hit the bottom yet, and I was given the opportunity to come in and become an owner. And I'd only really had a couple years of success, really less than that, about a year and a half, but I decided to give it a shot. What the heck, you know? And so I got that opportunity. I became the owner, 50% owner, had a partner, successful 5-year partnership with that individual. And 2 years ago, I opened up my second location here in San Antonio in the Alamo Ranch area. My first location was over off of Potranco Road on the far west side of town. So here I am, 36 years of age now. I own 2 Remax offices. I have about 25 agents that work underneath me. Last year we did right around 40 million in volume. This year we hope to double that and do closer to 80 million. For that 40 million last year, we did around 300 transactions between my team and some of the independent agents that are with me. And it's been quite a journey. I know that there's a lot more people that are more productive than me out there, and I don't claim to know it all, or I don't claim to have it all figured out. I just claim to know a few things, and this show, this library, if you will, is an effort to try to grow and give some value from what I've learned, and hopefully get people on that are much more productive than me to give even more value. I've got some friends and some colleagues in the industry here in San Antonio and Texas and even across the United States that I'm going to try to get on this show, either here at my office or maybe at a convention or maybe out to lunch or something like that, and try to put some video together and share with the audience. I want to give. I want to give back. I want to try to show people that you can make a tremendous income in this business. It doesn't matter what business you're in, but if you put the right amount of effort into it, you can do a great deal. I got my start initially just helping people that walked in the door and called in on the phone through Phone Duty or Floor Time. I figured out websites. I did a lot of SEO over the past 7 years. My websites rank pretty high. If you go to different key terms here in San Antonio, like for example, La Cantera Real Estate for Sale or La Cantera Homes for Sale, you'll see my website pop up right below Zillow. And so we generate a lot of business organically. I've generated a lot of business by referral, just doing a good job for folks. We've also done a tremendous bit of business from some of the old-fashioned ways, like door knocking and open houses and direct mail, things of that nature. But the topic for today's discussion is going to be conversation practice. Something that I think is incredibly important for any agent starting off is to learn what to say and how to say it. Here at my office, every morning we practice conversations at 8 a.m. in the morning. We all get together, and for about 30 minutes we practice role-playing, conversations, scripts, and dialogues. I'm the seller, you're the agent, ring ring, let's go. I think it's really, really important to practice conversations daily. I think as a real estate agent, or any business for that matter, one of your most important attributes is the conversations that you're having. And in order to have better conversations, I think you need to practice those on a daily basis. I've gotten a lot of advice from some of the top people in the organization. I love watching videos. I love hearing what they have to say. And some of the people that I've had the most respect for, they practice with their people daily. And so I wanted to implement that with my staff and my agents, and it's worked really well. I mean, everyone that has participated in conversation practice does very well. I mean, they make a lot of progress, and they're always improving what they say and how they say it. And pretty happy with that. And I think that's something that kind of separates us from a lot of folks, because some people may practice a conversation once or twice, some people may practice every now and again, but I think the folks that practice on a daily basis do the best. And some of my agents that get that daily practice in, you just see their confidence start to soar when they get on the telephone, or when they get in front of a person, or if they even communicate with somebody just outside in the real world. They know exactly what to say and how to say it. One of the things I look forward to doing is recording some of our conversation practices and helping people. But if you're an agent getting into the business for the first time, I'd say grab a partner, grab somebody that can be a helper, and say, hey, would you mind practicing a conversation with me? Trying to learn what to say. Some great free scripts out there are the Mike Ferry scripts. If you just go to Mike Ferry scripts, type that into Google, you'll find a ton of really good free scripts that you can use to get started. Of course, there's some other resources like Brian Buffini, Tom Ferry. You can find some great scripts that way, or you can make up your own. I think the most important thing to think about when you're putting together a script or a dialogue or a conversation is try to get to that person's why. Like, why are you on the website? Why are you calling on the phone? Why are you wanting to move? Why are you thinking what you're thinking, in regards to wanting to find something or wanting to look at something? Because once a person, gives you that information of, well, this is what I want to do, or this is why I'm thinking about buying, or this is why I'm thinking about moving, or this is why this house doesn't fit my needs anymore. That's when you can really start to understand the individual and understand what motivates them. I just think it's different for every person. In my experience, I've seen people from all different sides of the spectrum. Some people just wanting more space, some people wanting to downsize, some people wanting to get something smaller and more manageable for them. And so once you get to that person's motivation, and you can really unlock the conversation at that point. And just going through a conversation with somebody and learning how to say those things, learning how to drop phrases like, are you currently renting, or do you own your home the home you're living in now, is a great phrase that I think you should say in almost every conversation if you're a real estate agent. Because how can you possibly know how to help them if you don't ask them, are they currently renting, or do they own the home that they're living in? how soon are you looking to move? How did you find us today? Our school's important. Um, if you found the perfect home, how soon would you want to purchase it? Little phrases like that. Have you looked into a mortgage? Do you know what kind of loan program you're going to be going with? Are you going to be buying cash? Little phrases like that open the conversation up and really help you get to understand these folks. And practicing these things over and over again make it much easier to just kind of roll off the top of your tongue. And so, what I've noticed is even the most experienced agents can really benefit from practicing a conversation. And so, one thing that I offer to all agents in San Antonio, whether you're with my office or not, if you'd like to come by, we're practicing conversations every morning at Remax Patriot at 8 a.m. You're welcome to join us. We have a pretty fun time. We like to have fun with it. We joke around, and sometimes we really get to some pretty tough conversations too, and try to work through objections. And when we practice everything. We practice everything from canceled and expired calls to phone duty calls. Somebody calls on the phone. What do I say? To meeting somebody at a networking function, or meeting somebody at just out in the general public, and what to say and how to say it, how to ask for referrals, how to talk about price reductions, etc. And so practice makes perfect. That old saying has never been truer. And I want to keep these videos short at first. Once we get some more guests on and get some more content going, they'll probably be a little bit longer, but for now I like to try to keep them under 12, 13, 14 minutes at the most. And so if you have questions that you'd like answered, please feel free to ask in the comment section. I'm happy to help you with my 11 years of experience and things that I've seen. I'm happy to answer any questions for new agents, experienced agents, people that have questions about technology, people that just have questions about Remax or our office in general. Please feel free to email me or DM me. And this is the first episode of many to come, where I'm going to be trying to give value and really give back and try to fill people in with everything that I know that's rattling around in my head. I read a lot of books, so I'll be talking about a lot of that. I talk to a lot of interesting people, so I'll be trying to get as many of them on as possible. We're going to keep it as fresh as possible. We're going to keep it as fun and as light as possible. And looking forward to helping people. And hopefully, as time goes by, this will get some traction and more people want to watch it, and we can help more people. So that's all I have. Thank you for watching episode 1 of the Bishop Group Real Estate Coaching Library, and look forward to many more to come. Take care.